When it comes to time management, a scheduling calendar device, then Google Calendar is not a new name for us. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 Google Calendar automations. So how you can actually integrate Google Calendar with different applications like Discord, Slack, Google Sheets, WhatsApp, etc. using Pabbly Connect. This is what we are going to understand. So I'm going to talk about how you can create Google Calendar event for new Elementor form submission, send automated Google Calendar event reminders on Telegram or WhatsApp or Twilio, send Google Calendar event details on Discord channel or Slack, backup Google Calendar events to Google Drive, and send next week's Google Calendar events notification to Slack. Now all these things are extremely easy. So integrations can be done and this entire thing can be automated with the help of Pabbly Connect. So without wasting any time, let me show you the step-by-step guide on how you can actually process this integration. So let's begin.
In this video, I'll show you how you can create a backup of Google Calendar events to Google Drive automatically. So the idea here is any event is created into Google Calendar application, a file will be created automatically into the Google Drive and the event details will be added automatically without doing anything manually. Yes, it is possible. Simply set an automation in between these applications and after that, every time an event is created here, get the details added of that event inside Google Docs, or you can say inside Google Drive application automatically. If you also want to back up your Google Calendar events into Google Drive, come with me and I will show you how you can set up this automation for yourself. So this is my Google Calendar and here I'm going to create an event in front of you and you will see how a file will be created automatically and the event details will be saved automatically. But before that, I'll have to build a connection in between these applications and I'm going to do that with the help of Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software via which you can easily connect multiple applications and automate your task. And you can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link into my description box. Now, if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, you will have to sign up for free, where you will also get free tasks every month in your account in order to test these kinds of amazing automation. Well, I'm already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so that is why I have clicked on sign in first, then clicked on Pabbly Connect access now, and this is how I have reached to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. And after reaching here, you will have to click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and after clicking on this button, simply provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I'm going to provide the name something like when event is created in Google Calendar, auto create file in Drive. Okay, now click on create and after that you will find two boxes in front of you. So these are actually trigger and action. So trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So whenever this happens, do this. Understand with an example also. Whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, let's say send an email via Gmail application. And here, according to our use case, whenever any event is created into the Google Calendar application, automatically create a file into the Google Drive and save the event details automatically into basically into the Google Docs application. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. And here I am building an automation in between Google Calendar and Google Drive, so that is why I have selected these two applications. So I am going to do the setup of this Google Drive later. So let's first set up this Google Calendar. So the idea here is I am going to connect to my Google Calendar with the Pabbly Connect so that firstly I can capture all the event details, basically new event details here inside Pabbly Connect, and then I'm going to send the same details to different applications or to the Google Drive application. Alright, so I have selected this trigger event. Now simply click on this connect button, click on add a new connection and simply provide the access of your account in which you are about to create the events. Alright, so I have provided the access and simply click on continue, and this is how the authorization will be successful and your Google Calendar will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Now from here, whatever the calendars are created inside your Google Calendar application, all those calendars are visible here. and I am going to create the events inside this Pabbly Connect calendar. So that is why I am going to select that particular calendar. Now as soon as I am going to click on this button, you will see how it will capture. Basically Pabbly Connect will capture all the event details, the most recent event details which I have created inside my Google Calendar. Okay, so right in front of you I am going to create a new event and assume that an event is about to happen on 4th of March, that is Saturday, and I am going to provide a title something like launch of new design. Okay, and this is going to be an event, not a task. The date will be the same. If you would like to add a timing, so let's add the timing as well. And how about our event is going to happen, assume that on the 7 p.m. only, and 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. okay, for 2 hours. This event is going to happen for the 2 hours. Okay, does not repeat. Yes, it will be selected like this only. Add a guest, well, I will be leaving this particular thing blank. Add a location, so yes, I would like to provide a location of this particular event. Okay, so assume that I am going to organize this event at this particular location, so I have provided the same. Asking for the description, so here I will be added the description of few lines that we are about to do a launch. Okay, launch of our new dress design. So I have also provided the description here. Okay, to do a launch for R, it should be R. All right, and any other details? So how about I also add an attachment? So how about I add a sample image of my event, of my design. Okay, so this is the image. I have provided the same, and I think I have provided all the necessary details. Now I will be clicking on save, and after saving this particular event, I will click on this button save and send test request, and you will see how Pabbly Connect will capture the details of that most recent event. Okay, here you can see the summary is here. We even have the start date and time, that is 4th of March, and let me show you other details, that is the location. We even have the display name. Where are the other details? All right, so we even have the description of our task, basically of our event. Okay, so this is how I have captured. I was able to capture all the details of the event, and we even have the attachment link. I'll have to find where is that link. Okay, here you can see attachment file URL. Let me open this particular URL into a new tab so that I can check whether it is the same design or not. And yes, it is the same design. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the first step of our automation is successful, which was connecting Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect and capturing the data here. Now I am going to send these details to Google Drive. Okay, so I have already selected the application name. This time I am going to choose the action event as a create a file in a specific folder, because I have already created a folder here with the name all event details, and I want every time a new event is created into my Google Calendar, a new file should be created in respect to that particular event. Okay, so that is why I have selected this particular action event, that is create a file in a specific folder. Okay, simply click on connect, click on add new connection and sign in with Google. Well, I have already connected my account earlier previously, so I will go with the existing connection only, but make sure if you are connecting it for the first time, you will have to go with the new connections only. Okay, now it is asking to select the folder. So here you can see whatever the folders are available inside my Pabbly Connect account, I'm sorry for that, inside my Google Drive account have started visible here. Okay, and I have created the folder with the name all event details. Okay, so which has got selected automatically, asking that what should be the file name which we are about to create. So how about we create the file name with the help of these details, and don't worry, I don't need to manually copy these details and paste it here. If you'll click on this particular field, you will find the above data here in the drop down, and I'm going to map this launch of new dress as a file name. Okay, launch of new design as a file name. And you must be thinking that what is this mapping, why I have mapped this detail instead of providing any value manually. So basically whatever the details you are going to map here will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. That is why I have specifically mapped the value, and that is why mapping plays a major role inside this automation. Okay, file type, well, of course I would like to create a document, a file, so I have selected the same, clicking on save and send test request, and you will see how a blank document with this particular name, with this launch of new design name, will be created inside my folder. And here you can see the document has been created automatically as soon as I have clicked on the button. Okay, now moving further, I am going to update all the details, basically all the event details inside this particular Google Drive. For that, you'll have to click on this plus icon once again, and again search for the Google Drive here, and this time in the action event we are going to choose some different action event, something like update content in a file, because I would like to update the content, basically update the event details inside a specific file. So I have selected this particular action event, and again I'll go with the existing connection only, clicking on save, and this is how again the drive will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Now it is asking to choose a file, so instead of selecting this file from the drop down, again I am going to map it. Okay, for mapping you will have to first enable this mapping button. Okay, and here you can see it is showing the ID of that particular file. So firstly I am going to remove the manual one, and then I am going to map the ID of the folder of the file which I have created just now with the help of automation. Okay, so here you can see I have created a file just now, and I am going to map the ID of this particular file. Alright, so I have mapped it successfully. Finally it is asking for the content which you would like to update. Okay, so here firstly I am going to add summary, and here I will map the summary of our event. This is going to be launch of new design. Okay, then I will add the date and time of event. Okay, so what will happen every time any event is created, the details which I am writing here manually will be same, and the values will be replaced automatically with every new event. Okay, so date and time of the event. So how about I search for the start date and time, or I can also write it as the start date and time of the event. Secondly, I would also like to save the location of the event if any. So yes, in this particular event I have also added the location, so I am going to add the same. And instead of that, I would also like to update the description. So let me again search for the description in the same way, or here we have the description of that event. And do I need to add any other details? Okay, let us check it. And yes, we are forgetting the attachment link, okay, which is the most important thing, attachment link. Okay, so here I will be attaching that URL which I have received from my Google Calendar events tab. Okay, so I think I have mapped all the important details of my event. Now right after clicking on this button, you will see how these details will be updated automatically inside this particular Google Drive. Okay, so this is how you can save the details of your event automatically into the Google Doc file as soon as any event is created inside Google Calendar Google Calendar application. And this automation is going to work in every 10 minutes, because this trigger will check for the new data in every 10 minutes. So what will happen every time you create a new event here, Pabbly Connect will come to Google Calendar and will check for the new data in every 10 minutes. So just in case your data is not getting updated in real time immediately, don't worry, don't get bothered, because it will surely be updated automatically. You will have to wait patiently for at least 10 minutes. Okay, so in order to automate your process, you just need to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect once. After that, simply close Pabbly Connect, sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Just in case if you want to access this automation, I will also attach the shareable link of my workflow into the description box. So if you will click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, you will be able to access this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. In this video, I'll show you how to send Google Calendar event announcements on Discord automatically. So assume that you have created an event into Google Calendar, and after every event creation, you will have to manually copy the details of the event and do the announcements on your Discord channel manually again and again. But what if I tell you that you can entirely automate this process? Yes, you just need to integrate Google Calendar and Discord in such a way that every time any event is created into the Google Calendar, the event details will be shared automatically in your Discord channel without doing anything manually. If you want to set this automation for yourself, come with me and I will show you the whole process step by step. So this is my Google Calendar where I'm going to create an event in front of you, and you will see how the details, the announcement of that event will be done automatically into one of my Discord channel. But before that, I'll have to build a connection in Google Calendar and Discord, and I'm going to do that with the help of Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software via which you can easily connect multiple applications and automate your task. And you can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link into my description box. Now, if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, you'll have to sign up for free, where you will also get free tasks every month in your account in order to test these kinds of amazing automation. Well, I am already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so that is why firstly I have clicked on sign in, then I have selected this Pabbly Connect access now, and after selecting which I have reached to the dashboard, and after reaching out to the dashboard, you'll have to click on this blue button that is create workflow. Okay, and after clicking on that button, simply provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. So I'm going to provide a random name, something like when event is created in Google Calendar, okay, auto send the event details in Discord. Okay, so I am providing a random name, something like this. Now I will be clicking on this create, and you will find two boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are trigger and action. So trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So whenever this happens, do this. Understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, automatically send an email via Gmail application. And here, according to our use case, whenever any event is created inside Google Calendar application, automatically send the event details, basically send the announcement of that event on Discord channel. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are about to build an automation. Okay, in this case we are building automation in between Google Calendar and Discord, so that is why I have selected these two applications. Okay, and I'm going to do the setup of Discord later. Firstly, I'm going to connect to Google Calendar with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, and I want that whenever any new event is created, the automation details, basically the event details, should be captured via Pabbly Connect. That is why I'm specifically connecting Google Calendar with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so click on this button connect, click on add a new connection, and you will have to sign in into your Gmail account in which you are going to create the events. Okay, I have already made the connections earlier with Google Calendar, so I can also use this existing connection. Okay, but make sure if you are building this connection for the first time, you will have to connect it for the first time only. You'll have to go with the new connections only, and here you can see it is connected, and whatever the calendars are available inside my Google Calendar have started visible here, and I'm going to select this Pabbly Connect calendar inside my Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Okay, so here you can see this Pabbly Connect calendar. Okay, now as soon as I'll click on this button, the event details of the Google Calendar will be captured via Pabbly Connect. Basically the most recent event details has been captured. Okay, but I want to fetch the details. Basically I'm going to create a new event in front of you, and you will see how the details of that event will be captured via Pabbly Connect. Alright, so let's assume that I am about to conduct an auto expo on 26th of March. Okay, so that is why I have selected this 26th March, that is Sunday, March, and here I am going to provide the details of the task. Okay, so auto expo of car. Okay, I have provided the name here. You will have to select the date, so I have already done the same, asking for the time. So let me add the timing, something like 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right, asking for add guest. Well, this is the online event, so I'm not going to fill these details. Asking for the location, so let me add any random location, that is Bhopal. Add description, so conducting an auto expo where you can register and book your booth. Okay, just a random description. Assume that, okay, I'll be clicking on this button save, and then I will click on save and send test request, and I'm really expecting that event details to be captured. And yes, the event details has been captured or already automatically. Okay, so here we have the summary as auto expo of car. Here we have the time zone. Here we have the start date as the 26th of March 2023, and yes, it is the same date, and timing is also same, that is 5:30. Okay, where are the location and the description of my task? Here you can see the location, and lastly I am looking for the description, that is conducting an auto expo where you can register and book your booth. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect is working absolutely fine. Now I want to share the announcement of this event on Discord channel. Okay, so in action event I am going to select this send channel message, and just like I have connected Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect, I am also going to connect Discord with Pabbly Connect, which is very easy. Simply click on connect and it will be connected immediately. Now it is asking for the webhook URL, so from where you can get the webhook URL, you will have to read these instructions. Okay, so let me take you to the webhook section. Basically this is my Discord application. This is the channel in which I would like to send the update, send the message. I'll be clicking on this arrow button. After that, click on server settings, and here you will find an option of integration. Simply click on that, and here exactly you will find an option of webhooks, view webhooks, and click on this new webhook, and here exactly we are going to create a new webhook. Okay, I'll have to check whether a new webhook has been created or not. No, it is not created. So how about I click on this new webhook one more time? Okay, so I have clicked on that, and here you can see a new webhook has been created. Let me click on this arrow, and here I will be providing a name, something like new webhook for calendar. Okay, you can provide any name. Now from this particular section I can actually copy the webhook URL, and firstly you will have to save these changes, and this is how you can make the connections. Okay, so coming back, and here I will be pasting the very same webhook URL. Okay, now it is asking for the message, the bot name, and other basic details. Okay, so I am going to compose a message from here. Well, I have already prepared a very nice message which I would like to share with my community. Okay, so hello community members, good news for you. Okay, let me erase this extra content. Okay, and let me first copy this content, and let me paste it here. And firstly I am going to do the formatting. I'm going to correct the formatting of this particular message. Hello community members, good news for you, we are conducting an event of auto expo on and at. Okay, so basically I am going to provide the details of my event here, and from where I can actually get the details of the event. Well, we have just received the data, the event details, into our previous step, but I don't even need to manually copy this data and paste it here. Okay, I'm going to map these details, and mapping is very simple in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so simply click on this particular field and you will find the above data here in the drop down. Okay, so let me show you. We have the very same data here in the drop down. We are conducting an event of auto expo on. Okay, so it is here exactly I'm going to provide the date and time of the event. Okay, so I have mapped it. Let me also delete this angular bracket and add. Okay, so here here I will also provide the location. Okay, so let me search for the location. Okay, so I think I have mapped two important details. Just in case if you want to attach more details, you can also do the same. Okay, hello community members, good news for you. We are conducting an event on Not Expo on this particular date at this particular location. Hurry up and register yourself and get a 5% discount on the bookings. Register yourself and save a booth for your company. For more information, just contact here, and here I have provided a random number. Thank you. We hope to have you there. Sincerely, Expo team. Okay, so this is how you can compose a message from this particular section. And just in case if you want to share more details, let's say you want to share the event name. Okay, so you can also map the same from this particular section only. All right, so I have done that. Also I can map the event description, basically other event details. Okay, let me correct the spelling of the description first. All right, again I will add a colon. I'm sorry for that. Again I will add a colon, and here I am going to map the description of this particular event. So where is the description? I'll have to check. And here you can see we have the description. I think I have provided all the details, asking for the bot name, the bot icon. So I'm going to provide a sample bot name. Okay, sample bot, asking for the bot icon. Again, it is completely up to you. If you would like to provide an icon to your bot, you can add the image URL, text to speech. I will keep it as disable only. Okay, and here let me tell you very important thing. Whatever the details I have mapped here will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. Okay, so I think I have provided all the important details. Let me first click on this button, save and send test request, and wait for that message to arrive into this specific channel. And here you can see the very same message has been arrived automatically. And in this way, every time you are going to create any event into your Google Calendar, the event announcement, you can actually do the event announcement in your Discord automatically. For that, you'll have to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once. Okay, and after that you can close Pabbly Connect. You can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. And here I would like to tell you one more very important thing, that you'll have to read the instructions, that this trigger will check for the new data in every 10 minutes. So what does that mean? So what will happen every time an event is created here, the details for the same will be captured in every 10 minutes. So just in case the event details are not getting shared in real time or immediately, don't worry, don't get bothered. Just wait for few more minutes, or maybe for the 10 minutes. Your automation is surely going to work. Basically the messages will get sent surely automatically. Okay, and just in case if you want to access this very same automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach the shareable link of my workflow into my description box. Okay, so you can click on that link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this particular workflow, this particular automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. How to send Google Calendar event reminders on Telegram one day before the event. So in this video, I'll show you how you can start sending the automated reminders of your Google Calendar events before one day of the event on your Telegram channel. Yes, it is possible. Without doing anything, you can actually send the reminders before the one day of the event which you have created inside your Google Calendar. Now for that, I'll have to connect these two applications with the help of an automation software. So if you also want to automate the process of sending the reminders, come with me and I will show you how you can set this automation for yourself. So this is my Google Calendar, and I am going to create an event in front of you, and you will see how before the one day of that event, a reminder will get sent automatically into the specific Telegram channel, reminding my audience about the very same event. For that, I'll have to first build a connection in between Google Calendar and Telegram, and I'm going to do that with the help of Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software via which you can easily connect multiple applications and automate automate your task. And you can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link into my description box. Now, if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, you'll have to sign up for free, where you will also get free tasks every month in your account in order to test such type of amazing automation. Well, I am already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so firstly I have clicked on sign in, then I have selected this Pabbly Connect access now, and this is how I have reached to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. And after reaching here, firstly click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and simply provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I'm going to paste the name something like when event is created, send reminder on Telegram automatically. Okay, simply click on create, and then you will find two boxes, trigger and action. So trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So whenever this happens, do this. Understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, send an email automatically via Gmail application. Okay, according to our use case, whenever event is created inside Google Calendar application, automatically send a reminder that to one day before the event on Telegram application. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. Okay, and here in this particular case, I am about to create an automation in between Google Calendar application and in between Telegram application. So that is why I am going to connect these two applications with the Pabbly Connect, and I am going to do the setup of Telegram later. Firstly, I am going to connect to Google Calendar with the Pabbly Connect, so that as soon as a new event will be created, the details should be captured via Pabbly Connect. Okay, so that is why I have selected specifically this particular event. Okay, click on connect and then click on add new connection, and simply provide the access of your account in which you are about to create the events. Okay, well, I have already made the connections, so I will use this existing connection, but make sure if you are building this connection for the first time, you will have to select add new connection and then sign in with Google. Okay, for now I am going with the existing connection only, and here you can see it is connected. Now as soon as I will click on this save and send test request, but before that I'll have to actually select the calendar. Okay, so basically I have multiple calendars inside my Google Calendar, and I want that whenever I create any event inside my Pabbly Connect to Google Calendar, this automation should trigger or the reminders should get sent. Okay, so that is why I am going to select specifically this particular calendar only. Okay, so I have selected the same. Now I will be clicking on this button save and send test request, and you will see the most recent event details will be captured via Pabbly Connect. But right in front of you, I am going to create a new event. So assume that I am about to conduct an event in the month of March, basically on the Sunday, and the event will be held on the 19th of March. Okay, so firstly I will provide the name as, let's say I am organizing an auto expo of car. Okay, auto expo of car. So I have provided the event name, and the type will be of course event, and the date has been selected or already I have selected it, Sunday March 19th. Okay, and here I will also add the time, and this auto expo will be start from 7 p.m. or let's say 6 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so 6 p.m. will be the starting time of this event, and the event ending time will be, let's say, 10 p.m. Okay, all right, so the 4-hour events will be happen, and here I can also add a location. So how about I just add a random location, that is Bhopal. In case you want to add any description of this particular event, you can also do the same. So how about an event of car auto expo? Okay, so I think I have provided the basic event details, for the event creation. Okay, so here you can see the event has been added here. Coming back and clicking on this button, and you will see this time in place of the previous event, the details of that new event has been captured. Okay, so let me show you the details one by one. Here we have the updated date, and here we have the summary, that is auto expo of car. Basically it is the name of the event. Okay, we have the time zone, we have the start date and timing, that is 19th of March, and here we have the timing as well. Okay, that is 6 p.m. Okay, 6 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so I even have the description. Okay, so let me show you the location and where is the description which I have added. Here you can see the description and event of the car expo. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect is working fine. Okay, and now I am going to send a reminder on my Telegram channel. Okay, so I want to send a reminder before the 1 day of this particular event. Okay, so firstly I will have to minus 1 day from this particular date, and then I will specify that the event should get sent on that particular date, basically on that subscribed date, basically the date which I will get after the subtraction. Okay, and you can actually perform the subtraction or addition of the date with the help of date and time formatter feature of Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing feature via which you can perform various kind of amazing operations within your dates. Okay, currently I have selected this format date with the time zone. Well, it is not the correct one. I had to select this add or subtract timing. Okay, simply click on connect and it will be connected immediately, asking to select the date to enter the date. So I want to subtract 1 day from this particular event date. Okay, where is the event date? Here you can see this is the ending time. I want the start time. Alright, so here you can see we have the start date. Okay, and I don't even need to copy this date manually and paste it here. I'm going to map it, and mapping is very simple inside Pabbly Connect. Simply click on this particular field and you will find the above data here in the drop down. So I have mapped this particular date. Now it is asking for the expression, basically what kind of operation you would like to perform in this particular date. So I want to subtract 1 day. So I have copied this particular format and mentioned that I would like to minus 1 day from this particular existing date, asking for the to format and from format. Okay, so firstly I'm going to select this from format, which is YYMMDDTNZ format. Okay, so coming here and from this particular drop down I am going to select this YYMMDDTHHMMZ. Okay, so I have selected this from format, and in this to format I am going to select this basic format of YYMMDD HHMMSS. Okay, why I am selecting specifically this format, I'll show you later. Okay, so currently I have chosen this particular format. Clicking on this button and you will see how 1 day will be subtracted. Okay, so I'll have to check. So basically I have provided the date as 19th March, but right now I have the date as the 18th March. Okay, so basically I want to send the reminder on 18th March. Now in order to send the reminder on this specific date, I'll have to specify somewhere in the automation, and I'm going to do that with the help of delay function, which is again an interesting feature of Pabbly Connect, via which you can delay your automations, your workflow for a specific duration of time. Okay, so how much delay you want to put in your workflow? Basically I want to apply the delay until. So basically what exactly we are doing here is we are delaying our automation until this particular date. Okay, so let me first map this date here, and remember I have told you that why I am taking the date into this particular format, because in this delay function it will ask you the date in this YYMMDDHMMSS. Okay, so let me first map the very same date. Okay, so here we have the date and timing. I have mapped it. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, and here you can see it has been delayed until this particular date and time. Okay, so what exactly we have done? We have delayed our automation until this particular date and time. Okay, when this particular date and time will arrive, what should be the next step? Basically it should execute this particular step. It should actually execute the sending of the automated reminder. Okay, and I want to send the reminder on Telegram application, on Telegram channel. So that is why I have selected this particular action event and the application. And again, just like I have connected Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect, now I'm going to connect this Telegram with Pabbly Connect, for which it is asking for the token. Okay, so again read the instructions one by one, that too very carefully. Okay, so firstly I will take you to my Telegram section, and here is the bot father. You will have to click this bot father from here, and after that you will have to follow these instructions one by one. To create a new bot, type /new bot. Okay, so let me copy the same, coming here, and I will be pasting the same and pressing enter, and here you can see, all right, a new bot. How are we going to call it? Please choose a name for your bot. Okay, so I'm going to choose any random and a funny name, because sometimes this Telegram doesn't take the name of the bot at a single time. Okay, so how about I take the name as knock knock. Why knock knock? Because this is a reminder of knock knock. Okay, so I'm actually taking this particular name. Let me press enter, and here you can see it is saying good. Now let's choose a username. So again, I will be choosing the username with the same name only. Let's choose a username for your bot. It must be end in bot like this. For example, Tetris bot. So it will be something like Tetris underscore bot. Okay, so let me also add underscore bot here, and sorry, this username is already taken. Please try something new. Okay, so how about I also add one at the end, and then I will be adding this bot underscore once again, and yes, it is done. Congratulations on your new bot. You will find it at this particular section, and here you can see we have this token which I am going to copy from here, and I will be pasting the same inside Pabbly Connect, and this is how the connection can be made in between Pabbly Connect and Telegram. And here you can see it is connected. Now firstly, it is asking for the chat ID. Basically in Telegram, whether you have a group or a channel, you will have to add the ID of that chat. So here you can see I have this Pabbly team channel, and I am going to copy the ID of this specific channel, because I want to send the reminder on this specific group, on this specific channel only. Okay, so I have copied the same, coming back to Pabbly Connect, and let me paste the same. And here you will have to read the instructions, and you will also have to visit this particular documentation, because the instruction for getting the token are actually available here only. Okay, so here you can see at the end how to obtain a chat ID. Okay, so here it has clearly defined that you'll have to copy this chat ID and paste it here, and in case of the channels, you will have to add this prefix of 100 before your chat ID, something like this. Okay, so coming back to Pabbly Connect, and since we are about to send the messages on the Telegram, so I'm going to follow the instructions, and I will be adding this 100 into my channel ID, and here it is asking to provide the text message. So I have already created a nice message into my notepad. Let me copy the same and paste the very same message here. And firstly, I am going to do the formatting of this particular message, that is, hello community members, knock knock, only one day is left to our card expo. Hurry up and register yourself and get a discount of 5% on the bookings. Also included here is a registration form should you wish to save a booth for your company. And for more information, just contact on this particular number, and here I have added currently just a random number. Okay, thank you, and we hope to have you see there. Sincerely, Expo team. Okay, so I have provided the text, basically the message, the reminder which I would like to send. Okay, so basically I want to send this particular reminder, that is only 1 day is left to our car auto expo. Okay, and I think I have provided all the important information, but before that I'll have to check the date and time of my automation. So it has delayed the automation up to 18th of March 12:30. Once this timing will arrive, what will happen? This step is going to execute, which is sending of the message on Telegram, and then I will be clicking on this button, save and send test request. Alright, before that I have forgot to tell you one more very important thing. So basically, whatever the bot I have created, I will have to add this particular bot as a member of my group or a channel, then only I will be able to send the messages. Okay, so let me first add this particular bot inside my channel. Okay, so I remember I have the bot name as knock knock 1 underscore bot. Okay, so this is the bot which I have created, I remember. Okay, now I will be clicking on this arrow, and you will see this bot will be created, and the thing is not done yet. You will also have to promote this particular bot as an admin of this particular channel, then only the messages sending is possible, okay? And that is only possible with the help of the Telegram mobile application. I cannot do it with the help of this Telegram web, okay? So firstly, I will open the Telegram application into my mobile, and then I will promote this particular bot as an admin. I will actually create this particular bot as an admin of this particular group or channel. Alright, so you can notice that now I have 13 members into my group, and this knock knock is also the admin of my group. And now if I will click on this button, I will be able to send the messages. I'm really expecting the same, and here you can see the response is received. Let me go back to the very same channel, and here you can see the same message. Hello community members, knock knock, only one day is left to our car auto expo. Hurry up and register yourself and get a discount of 5% on the bookings. Also included here is the registration form. You should wish to save a booth for your company. For more information, thank you, and we hope to have you there. Sincerely, expo team. Okay, so this is how now onwards, every time you are going to conduct any event into your Google Calendar, specifically into this particular calendar, the reminders of that event will be sent automatically one day before to your community, to your channel, okay? And that is possible with the help of Pabbly Connect only, okay? So basically you just need to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect once, and after that sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually, okay? And just in case if you want to access this very same automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach this link into my description box. You just need to click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this very same workflow inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. And lastly, I would like to show you two more important things. That is, firstly, this trigger will check for the new data in every 10 minutes. So what will happen, whatever the events are created here inside my Google Calendar, those event details will be captured via Pabbly Connect in every 10 minutes. So just in case if the data is not receiving in the real time, do not get bothered, don't worry about that. Just wait for 10 minutes or few more minutes. Your automation will surely going to work. And the second important thing is, whatever the details I have mapped here will be replaced automatically when this automation is going to work in real time. So basically what will happen, whenever a new event is created inside Google Calendar, the details of that new event will replace the existing details, and this is how this automation is going to take place. And that is why mapping plays a major role inside this automation inside Pabbly Connect. And here, along with this particular message, if you want to add more details of your event, you can also do the same. Let me show you how it is possible. So you can add the event name, something like this. You can also add the location if you have any, okay? So let me show you how you can automatically send the details as well. Okay, so remember, we have received the event name, something like this, auto expo of car, and do I have the location? I'll have to check that. Okay. And yes, we even have the location of our event. Okay, well, it has mapped at the incorrect place, so let me map it again, once again. All right, so here we have the location. Okay, so this is how you can also attach the details of your event, and this is how the details will be replaced automatically on every new event created.
In this video, we are going to see how to create Google Calendar events for new element form submission. Now, every time there's a new form submission, and here we are talking about Elementor forms, which are a plugin of WordPress. Now, every time there's a new form submission, you want that with the data that you have received, an event should be created in Google Calendar. Now, to do that, you will have to set up some integration between the two, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application will be Elementor and your action application will be Google Calendar. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab, sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in, and as I do that, here we have reached another window. So this is all applications page. We are going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. Now here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side you can see a blue tab, create workflow. Let's click on this. Now here you can give any particular name to your workflow. Since we are doing this integration between Google Calendar and Elementor form, so I'm going to name it as this. So create Google Calendar event for new Elementor form submission. So every time a new Elementor form is submitted, then automatically with the details captured, an event should be created in Google Calendar. So now I'm going to click on create. So as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application will be Elementor form. Let's click on this. Now the trigger event. So this is the event that is going to make this workflow run, and here it would be new form submission. So once we have done that, here we have received the webhook URL. This is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Elementor form, and I'm going to copy this webhook. Now what do we have to do? We have to follow the instructions given in this help desk. So first of all, I'm going to take you to WordPress because Elementor form is a plugin of WordPress, and here you can see that I already have this element installed. And now I'll go to pages. So as I go to pages, here you can see a lot of pages have been created. I'm going to look for the particular form that I have created, event details. Let's go to search pages, and here you can see event details form. I'm going to click on this. You can create your own form as well. This is absolutely easy. Now here you can see that we have received the form. I'm going to click on this permalink. As I do that, you can see that this is the form that I have just created. So if I want to create an event in Google Calendar, I need this information. So this is the event name, start date, end date. Then we have start time, end time, username and location. So here first of all, we have to connect Elementor form with Pabbly Connect. For that, here it is written that go to your website and inside Elementor, edit the form you want to get integrated. So going back to WordPress, I am going to go back, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this in incognito window. So here now you can see the edit button, this pencil icon. So I'm going to click on this, and as I do that, here we have all the fields and these can be edited now. So what we have to do is we have to go down, and here you can see actions after submit. So I'm going to click on this, and here I'm going to add an action, webhook, and here you can see a new element has appeared. Let's click on this. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and this particular URL that we had just received, I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. So once done, what we have to do is we have to click on update. So this basically means that now Pabbly Connect is connected with Elementor form, and now I'm going to go to preview changes. So as I do that, here you can see the form is right in front of us. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and it is saying that do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So I'm going to now fill up this form. Let's say the event name is PSB training. The start date is 29th of March. The end date is again 29th of March. Now the start time, let's say it is 12 p.m. and what is the end time? It's 1 p.m. Then we have the user email address. Remember that every time you're creating a Google Calendar event, you would be asked for this email address. So I'm going to write demo123@pabblytudes.com. Now the location, let's say it's Bhopal. I'm going to click on submit. So here you can see that the form has been sent successfully. Going back to Pabbly Connect, let's see if we have received the response, and yes, we have received the response. So here is the form name, ID, username, start time, date, location, event name, end time and end date. So once we have received this information, now my action application here would be Google Calendar. So here it is. And the action event here would be to create an event. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Calendar account. For this, I'm going to click on add new connection, sign in with Google, and here I'm going to choose the account. Once done, you can see that Pabbly Connect Calendar wants to access my Google account. So I'm going to allow the same because this is absolutely secured. And here you can see that the authorization has been successful. So once this is done, now we have to map this information. So the calendar. So since I'm using this email address for my calendar, so it has already been captured by the system. The next thing is title. So title is the name of the event. For this, I'm going to map the information. So how am I supposed to do that? As I click on this, it is showing me the previous step. And as I take you down, this here is the name of the event. Now the method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping. Mapping means that I already have this information in the previous step and I'm just going to retrieve it here. And this is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written this manually, so it would have only taken PSB training even if the workflow was running for the nth time with new information. That is why to avoid that, we need mapping. Now the description. So if you want, you can add another tab in your form with description. I'm just going to enter the same information here. And then we have the location. So let's enter the location. Then we have the start time. Now the start date and time are to be mentioned together. And here we have been given a format as well. But if you can see, we have received the response and we do not have the same format. Now to change the format, I'm going to use an action application. Basically, it is a feature by Pabbly, which is date-time formatter. Let's click on this. So the action event here would be to format date with time zone. Let's click on connect. So first of all, the date required. Now here you can see that the date is required in this format, which means year, month, date, then we have T and time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all mention the start date. Then I'm going to write T and then I'm going to mention the start time. Okay. Now what is the from format? What is the format that it is in? It is in the same format. And then the to format is this. We want our date in this format. Now the from time zone here would be Asia, Kolkata. Let's click on this. Now the to time zone. So remember that every time you are creating an event on Google Calendar, so it always takes the time in UTC time zone. So I'm going to select UTC as to time zone. Now let's click on save and send test request, and as I do that, we have received the information in the desired format. Now UTC is 5.5 hours behind our actual Asia Kolkata time. Okay, so we have received the information. Now I'm going to repeat the same step. Why? Because we have to format the end time and date as well. So again, I'm going to choose date time formatter, and here again format date with time zone. Let's click on connect. And I'm going to take the date. So the date, end date is here. Let's write T and again the time. So here is the time. The from format is already taken. To format here would be this. And from time zone will be Kolkata. And to time zone here would be UTC. Let's click on save and send test request. And we have received the information. Now I'm going to reconnect Google Calendar quickly by selecting the existing connection, and once done, let's mention the start date and time. For this, I'm going to go to step 2, and here is the start date and time. End date and time, let's go to step 3. This is the end date and time. Now the time zone here would be UTC. So done. Then we have the guest. So here we have to map the email address of the person. So this is the email address. And now event recurrence rule. So here it is written, you can use this tool to generate the recurrence rule. Example. Now this you have to mention. If you want to create a one-time event, so you want to mention this. Now since I'm creating a one-time event, so I'm going to copy this and paste this over. So once done, let's click on save and send test request. And here you can see that our API response has been received, according to which an event must be created in my Google Calendar now. So let's go to Google Calendar, and yes, here on 29th, you can see at 12 p.m. I have PSB training, and these are the details. This basically means that our integration is a success, but we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to go back to the form. And here I'm going to fill up another form. Let's say the event name is again PSB training. The start date this time is 30th of March. End date is again 30th of March. Start time is 5 p.m. Then we have the end time, which is here 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Then we have the username, which is user@pabbly institutes.com, and then we have the location. Let's say it's Indore. I'm going to click on submit. As soon as I do that, what should happen? Automatically an event should be created in my Google Calendar. Let's go to my Google Calendar, and here let's go to 30th, and yes, you can see PSB training has been created. So this basically means that our integration is a complete success. I'm taking you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is Elementor, where the event is new form submission. Then our action application was Google Calendar, where the event was to create an event. We have used date time formatter, which is a feature by Pabbly twice, to format the start date and time and end date and time. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. In this video, we are going to see how to send next week's Google Calendar events notifications to Slack. So let's say that I have got a couple of events in my Google Calendar, and I want that on one particular day of the week, I should be able to send notifications for all the events which are scheduled for the next week. Now, how can I do that? For this, I'll have to set up some integration between Google Calendar, and since I want to send notifications to my team, here I have taken the example of Slack, which is a social messaging app. You can send it to Discord or any other medium. So I have to set up some integration between Google Calendar and Slack. Now, how can this be done? For this, I'm using Pabbly Connect software, where our trigger application would be Google Calendar and our action application would be Slack. So the moment you know that there is a particular event scheduled for the next week, automatically your team would receive a message. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, we can see two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if we are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in as I'm an existing user here. And here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect, as we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software. Here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab, create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is to send next week's Google Calendar events notifications to Slack. If there is an event, so I should be able to send next week's events notification to my team. Now I'm going to click on create here. So here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one here is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of our trigger application. So now the trigger application, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule my notifications. So I want to send these notifications on a particular day of every week. Here it is asking me how often you want to run your workflow. So I'm going to select days of the week. Now which particular day? Let's say I want to send it on Saturday of every week. Now what is the time? So let's say it is 12 p.m. So at 12 p.m. on every Saturday, I want to send a notification to my team. Let's click on save. So here we can see that it has been scheduled. And how often you want to run your workflow, days of the week, days, Saturday, time is, now this is the UTC time, 6:30, the local time here is 12 p.m. So once this is done, what is my next objective? I need to fetch the current date. I should know the current date. To fetch the current date, I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. Let's click on this. And here the event would be to retrieve current date. Let's click on connect. And now what is the format? So I want it in this format. We have got various options here. And then do you want to include time in response? So I don't want that. I have made it as false. Let's click on save and send test request. And here I have received current date, which is 14th of January. So once I have received this, now what is my objective? I am going to choose another action application here and all the events that are there in my Google Calendar. I want to get all those events. So the application here would be Google Calendar. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to get all events. So all the events that are a part of my Google Calendar. So here, yes, we have get all event. This retrieves all the events of a calendar. Now I'm going to click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with a Google Calendar account. So I'm going to click on add new connection. It is asking me to sign in with Google. Let's click on this. So now it is asking me to choose the account. So once done, it wants to access my Google account. This is absolutely secure. I'm going to click on allow. And as soon as I do that, here you can see that the authorization has been successful. So here it has automatically captured the calendar I'm working on. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. Now as I do that, here you can see that it has given me all the events that I have created. So here you can see as I take you down the summary. So this is birthday 2023 and then I have another summary. So here it is demo event. Then I have another event which is test event, and then I have one more event where it is demo event 2, and then here you can see that it is test event 2. So all the events that I have created, I have received it here. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle this towards the left. Why? Because I want the response in advanced format. And now as I click on save and send test request, here you would be able to see that the items, so these are the items that I have received. So here you would be able to see that I have received the response in array format. So this includes all the events that were there in my Google Calendar. Now I want to segregate it one by one. So I want just one event at one time. For this, what I'm going to add another action step, and here I'm going to choose another feature by Pabbly, which is iterator. So this helps in segregating the data. So this is very important. Here I have to choose items. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. As I do that, here you would be able to see all the records of only the first event that has been recorded in my Google Calendar. So here I have the created date, updated date, ID, creator's email address. So I have got this information, and this is only for one particular event. Now once I have received this, what I'm going to do is this particular start date that I have here, start date time, I'm going to change the format here. How do I do that? So I'm going to add another action step, and then here I'm going to again use date time formatter. Let's click on this, and this time I'm going to format the date only. Let's click on connect. Here I have to map this information, and how do I map? So as I click on this, it is going to show me the previous step, and now I'm going to go to iterator, which is step 4, and here I have to look for the created, the start date time. So this is the start date time. And now the from format, so this is exactly the same format, and the to format would be year, month and date. Let's click on save and send test request. So here you can see that I have received the start date of my event. So once I have received this, what is my next objective? I need to calculate the number of days between my event and the current date. For that, I'm going to use spreadsheet formulas, and I'm going to add another action step. This time again, I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly, which is number formatter. So let's click on this. This has got the spreadsheet formulas. That's why we are using this. The action event here would be spreadsheet formulas. Let's click on connect. Now as I do that, here I have to fill in the formula. So this here is the spreadsheet formula that is required to understand the duration between the two dates. So what we have to do is here within the first set of inverted commas, we have to map the event date. For that, I'm going to go to step 5, and this is the date of my event, the start date. And now within the second set of inverted commas, I have to map the current date. So this is it. Now as I click on save and send test request, it is going to tell me exactly the number of days which are between the two dates, between the current date and the event date. So there are 11 days between the current date and the event date. What is my next objective? I'm going to put a filter. Now filter is another interesting feature by Pabbly where you can put conditions. So I'm going to choose this, and here I'm going to select. First of all, I'm going to go to the last step, step 6, and here I'm going to take the result, which is the number of days. Now if this is greater than 0, and then I'm going to add another condition. Again I'm going to go to the last step. Let's go to result, and if this is less than, I want a gap of 8 days, basically a week, so I'm going to write 8 here. So why have I put this condition? So I want that, let's say it is Saturday today, so from Monday to next Sunday, if there is any event, then a notification should be sent to my team today itself. That's why I have put this filter. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request, and here of course you can see that the condition is false. Why? Because the gap is 11. So what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to now add another action step, and this time the application would be Slack. Let's click on this, and now the action event here would be to send channel message. Let's click on connect. So I'm going to click on add new connection, connect with Slack, and here it is asking me for the token type. Since we want to send a message, and a message may contain a URL or an image, so we always go for user. Let's click on save. So as I do that, Pabbly Connect is requesting permission to access the Pabbly Slack workspace. Let's click on allow, and here we can see that the authorization has been successful. Now here we have to map this information, the name of the channel, message, etc. For this, I'm going to take you to my Slack account. So here, this is my Slack account. Here I have got different workspaces. As I went to Pabbly workspace, so here you can see there are various channels. These are the different channels, and I have just created a channel. The name is calendar events reminder. So this is the channel, and now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to map this information. Again, as I click on this, so here you can see all the channels. I'm going to look for calendar events reminder. This is the channel. Now what is the message here? So the message here is upcoming event reminder. Okay, now first of all the name of the event, so I'm going to map it. How? As I go to iterator, I would be able to fetch all the details. So first of all, the name of the event. So the name of my event here is birthday 2023. Then what is the start date? So the start date is, again let's go to iterator, and as I take you down, so this is the start date. Then I need the end date and time. So again let's go to iterator, and here is the end date and time. So start date, end date. Now I'm going to go down, and here I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as I do that, here you would be able to see that I have received the API response, and this is the message that would have been sent on my Slack account. So let me take you to my Slack account now. So here you can see that we have received a message, upcoming event reminder. This is the event, the start date and the end date. This basically means that our integration process is a complete success. Now to check this in real time, what we are going to do is we are going to go back to Google Calendar, and here I'm going to create an event for tomorrow. Okay, so let's say that the event here is, what's the name? It is a 15th Jan special. Okay, this is the name of my event, and now I'm going to click on save. So here the event has been saved. Going back to Pabbly Connect, now here it's already 12 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the time to 12, and then this is to 02. So now let's click on save. So what's the time right now? It is 12:01. So exactly in 1 minute, what should happen? I should receive a message in my Slack. So this is just to check this in real. Why? Because the difference between today and tomorrow would be 1 day. So it is greater than 0 and less than 8. So now I'm going to take you back to Slack. And yes, here you can see that we have received a message exactly at 12:02. So basically, this says that our integration process is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here let's see what we have done. So here our trigger application was scheduled, where we had scheduled the days of the week, and then first action application was a feature by Pabbly date time formatter, where we had to fetch the current date. Then our action application was Google Calendar, where the event was get all events. Then we had chosen iterator, which is another feature by Pabbly to segregate the events. Next, we had again datetime formatter by Pabbly, where we had to format the start date of the event. And then we chose number formatter to use the spreadsheet formulas. This was to calculate the duration between the start date of the event and the current date. And then we had filter by Pabbly, where we had put conditions, and finally the actions application was Slack, where we had to send a channel message. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. If in case you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.